The woman went on a trip with her boyfriend, only to discover that he had booked just one room. Although the two of them were about to get married, the conservative woman still felt that it was inappropriate. It was not until her boyfriend took out a piece of sleepwear that she instantly understood what he was trying to do. However, just as her boyfriend was forcing her to change into it, she accidentally slipped and hit her head hard against the vanity. But because of that fall, the woman actually saw her own future. After tonight, she would become pregnant with her boyfriend's child. And 1 month later, because her parents were old-fashioned, they would pressure her boyfriend to marry her because of the pregnancy. But her boyfriend would take the opportunity to force her to transfer the shop she had run for years to him before he would agree to marry her. Blinded by love, she would actually agree. After the marriage, she would spend years at her husband's family home as an unpaid maid, and she would barely even go back to visit her own parents. But when her parents became seriously ill, her mother-in-law and husband would take away all her savings. Even when she knelt down and begged them, they still refused to pay a single cent for the surgery. In the end, her parents would pass away because they had no money for treatment. The woman suddenly snapped back to reality. To confirm whether the premonition she had just seen was real, she could only pretend to go along with it and change into the sleepwear. Then she deliberately coaxed her boyfriend, saying she wanted to try something different first so he would fall for it. After that, she stared at him and asked, "You were trying to trap me before the wedding, weren't you?" Her boyfriend's face instantly changed. Only then did the woman confirm that everything she had just seen was real. Luckily, she had tied her boyfriend up at that moment, allowing her to escape. But unexpectedly, her boyfriend broke free from the ropes and chased after her. The woman ran as fast as she could and accidentally crashed into the CEO of a sock factory. Looking at the woman's big, sparkling eyes, the CEO, who had never been moved by any woman before, suddenly felt a spark. But the woman was terrified to realize that she had seen his face in her premonition. She immediately asked him what date it was. After hearing the date, the woman became even more panicked, because in the news report from her dream, the CEO would get into a car accident tomorrow on his way down south. In other words, he would unfortunately die tomorrow. The CEO looked at the woman standing there in a daze and was completely confused. At that moment, the woman directly called out his name and even named the school he had graduated from. The CEO looked at her in confusion and asked, "How do you know all that?" The woman thought to herself that if she told him she had a dream that predicted the future, he would definitely think she was crazy. But in order to stop the tragedy from happening, she warned the CEO not to go down south no matter what. But the matter at the new factory down south was urgent, and the CEO had to handle it in person. After saying that, he left with his assistant. The woman fell into deep thought. The CEO turned around and looked at the woman standing there blankly, then immediately gave her his leather gloves to keep her warm. But it was this thoughtful gesture that changed his fate. The woman suddenly called out to the CEO as he was leaving. He stopped and turned back. She ran toward him with fiery determination and said, "Do you want to